Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Interceptor Research's Latin Edition. A reminder that I am not actually affiliated with Mario, and that the music is a remix from OC Remix, so go check them out for sure. Last time we talked about verbs, and this time I'm going to share some information about nouns. Nouns are the meaty persons, places, things, and ideas of a sentence. There were too many S's in that for my speech impediment, oh wow. And I've colored the nouns in this song red. You can see them on the screen. Look at how many there are. Nouns are great. I don't know what my favorite part of speech. I don't know what my favorite part of speech is, though. There are too many to choose from. But nouns, anyway. Now, like verbs, Latin nouns have a base, which tells you the meaning, and an ending, which tells you exactly what it's doing in the sentence. So, for example, famam. Fam is the base, meaning fame, and lets you know it's accusative. Hostes, which means enemy. Host is the base, and S is the ending. And soci, allies. Soci is the base, and E is the ending. Now, I won't be running through all the endings because there are too many in Latin. But I do want to give you a little information about the basics of what to do with Latin nouns and how they work. All nouns in Latin have a set gender, which is masculine, feminine, or neuter. And when they're used in a sentence, they have a particular number. So whether you're talking about one thing or more than one. And case, more on that soon. All you have to do to show the number and the case in a Latin noun is to change the ending depending on what family the noun is. So, for example, in English, we don't do this very much because we've pretty much lost cases, but we still use S to show that a noun is plural for regular nouns. Latin adds letters just like that. They just add a lot more letters. So many letters. So what are the cases? There are 6 basic ones: nominative, genitive, dative, accusative, ablative, and vocative. And each case gets used for a different thing. So the nominative case is used for the subject of a sentence. For example, splendor grows, splendor crescit. Genitive limits another noun. And in English, we usually translate this with the word of. So genitive can show possession. So the size of splendor, magnitudo splendoris. Dative is a case used for a noun that either indirectly receives the action of the verb or has an interest in the sentence. It's used for indirect object and a few other things, and is usually translated with the words to or for in English. So, for example, I give praise to splendor, splendore laudem do. The accusative case receives the action of another word, particularly the verb usually, and so it's used for the direct object. I love splendor, I love splendor, splendorum amo, or amo splendorum. And the vocative case, I'm going to skip to the last one, is used only for direct address. So when you're talking to somebody, O splendor, how you grow, O splendor quam crescis. And then back to the ablative, because the ablative is used for everything else. Everything. Means, instrument, location. It's translated with words in English like with, by, in, on, at, and more. Wow. So for example, I am great with splendor. This is not actually how you would say it in Latin, but we'll pretend. Splendore magna sum. So you've noticed when I was going through the cases that I'm giving you other words in English to help you translate nouns, because English doesn't mark cases. It needs to use prepositions to translate Latin nouns. The Latin nouns in the song Nouns, that is, not pronouns, which we'll talk about in another video, are all either in the nominative subject case or the accusative direct object case. Relatively easy to translate once you use a dictionary. So, just looking at the song, I heard the fame of that man. Alone he rushed against the enemy and saved his fatherland. So all those in the first 3 lines are accusative. They're all preceding the action. Now, speaking of dictionaries, when you look up a noun in a Latin dictionary, you'll get a couple forms. So you'll see something like splendor, splendoris, splendor. That's the nominative case, the genitive case, and the gender, as well as the definition, of course. What to do next with that word, you can learn in a Latin class. If you'd like to hear more, leave a comment below or tweet at Interceptor is my, #Interceptor Researches. Until next time, use your nouns wisely. Nouns have a lot of power, and nouns and verbs are the most powerful parts of speech in the world. And with that, Interceptor out.